Ping, we're on. And here we are, different office today. Don't know what the story is, but let's just say Elon's got some work to do. Yeah. So, next to the GC, keeping the world safe. So we'll see what we get in our sights and where Muzz is today. But while Muzz is getting here, I'd like to thank all the veterans and service people that have fought in wars, and I'd like to thank all the truckies that cart our grain and all that stuff around Australia, and all the farmers that produce all the food that we eat. So awesome. Say g'day when you're jumping on. And Muzz said he was going to be a little bit late. He's travelling between the farm and station. There you go, that's what he said. But yeah, today's subject. You know, as I mentioned before, Muzz just had his eyes operated on. Now, I had the same operation in January 2018, so for 25 years I wore glasses. And I thought, you know, you have these good days on, you know, you get new glasses, you think, great, everything's clear. You get to see where you're going, you can see everything. And it's awesome. But after having that eye operation, and literally walked out of surgery with the bug eyes on, and you're peeking through the holes and say, look, you know, take all the medication. It's going to hurt. There's no lying about it. This is why we give you all the pain meds. So you go and do that. And walking out there, I'm peeking through the holes. First time in my life, I could read a street sign from fucking miles away. It was clear as a bell. Walking out of the hospital, I could read the direction sign. You know, would have been 100 or more metres away. And I could read it clearly. And I thought, fuck, this is what the rest of the world's lived like. People with 20/20 vision, or I've got theoretically slightly better than 20/20 vision right now. But that is, that's because of the operation and what the doctor said to me. Over time, it will deteriorate. But that's where the cheap safety sunnies come into it. So I'll just place the phone down for a second. I'm going to get myself a drink. And feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you're doing on your Sunday. What else is happening in the world? This is what a Sunday session's about. Imaginary virtual pub. Here we are, anywhere in the world, and we just have a chat about life. So, yeah, Muzz will get here when he gets here. What else is happening in your world today? Feel free to leave a comment. And don't forget, most of these get onto YouTube as well. So I will drop my YouTube link in the comments after the video is posted. And then all you guys can come and subscribe. So if you don't catch it in the group, or you can show your mates on YouTube, and we can share the wealth and wisdom and all the fun at our Sunday sessions. But yeah, while Muzz is coming, I'll get here and talk about my day. This morning, or yesterday, rephrase. Start the story again. Friday, took some rams out. It's that time of year we start taking rams out of the ladies, and I like to shear them after they've been taken out, because they've used a lot of energy. I mean, if you gave me a chance at a couple of hundred ladies, I'd use a fair bit of energy too. Willing. But the life of a stud ram isn't that bad. So they get put in the ladies, they do the dance for a couple of things, and then they get taken out. But I like to shear the rams when they come out. So that was one of the jobs I did this morning, and shearing for the neighbours' pets. I saw Muzz jump on. Can you get on, Muzz? Just been yibbering yabbing on myself, mate. Trying to add you. Anyway, So it was. So we talked about a bit of sight today. But anyhow, back to the story. Sheep shearing. So that was my Sunday morning. So then yesterday caught a wicked feed of yabbies for the young fella. Spent half of last night peeling yabbies. But that was, great, huge. Still got some in the fridge. Great, huge feeds, huge, like tails, like about, bigger than, as big as your eyeball, all curled up. So it was a nice big mouthful of yabby. And, so left the trap in to move. So trying to clean out a dam is why. So I'm trying to clean out a dam because it's going dry, and we'll put them in another dam that's got heaps of water in it, stock that up, and then maybe I'll get the old campagnetta out next week or two before seeding prep really gets in deep, and we'll sell some yabbies to the people who do the good stuff and sell them all on to you guys. So are you in a spot you can get on, Muzz? We've been talking about vision and sight today, and I told at the start of the video about when I had it, but I'd love to hear your version of when, what was your experience those first well, let's skip the first day because we know that one's probably the hardest day. What's it like on the second, third, fourth, fifth day, where are we up to now, in having effectively your new eyes? Are you able to come on, or do you just want to leave it in the comments? We can converse that way. If it's my internet, I'll apologise because I've had to do a reset this morning, and I can only do what I can do with what I've got. Interesting Sunday session. Tech glitch. That's how it is. But we'll see how the internet goes today. So, where did I get through on my Sunday? Oh, don't forget Sunday's washing day. Pork chops and applesauce tonight for dinner. That's the glorious stuff. Life of a farmer. And the vision going forward for the farm. Having enough livestock. Because also this afternoon, before dinner, we're going to go do a fill up the fridge truck, because then we're going to get some homemade chops in about 10 days' time. We like to hang ours for 7 to 10 days. Gives it a nice, it's easy, it's a good fridge truck. It's easy to cut them up after that, and it's just good, gets them to set nicely and makes them easy to handle. And then because we've grown it and fed it and stuff like that, so some high quality meat, all that fancy stuff. No hormones, no GMOs, stuff like that. So that's the magic of it. So what's everyone else doing on their Sunday? Apart from Muzz. Here we go. Muzz wants to join. He's got a spot. I think I just sent you an invitation. It's coming. Here's Muzz.
G'day, Stuart. How are you?
Oh, not bad, mate. I've just been talking to myself for 10 minutes. That's typical pub chat.
No, I was trying to bloody get onto you from my iPad, but apparently it didn't like requesting a join. So anyway, talk about adapting and changing to suit a situation.
Yeah. So you're looking different today, mate. What's different? No glasses.
Oh well, it's a bit of an unusual thing, isn't it? It's crazy. I'm still getting used to it. It's
yeah. I don't know if you heard my question before. What's been your experience with your eyesight for the last couple of days? Because I know how it changed my life. So what's your experience a couple of days out of the operation?
Look, there's so many things, but the biggest thing is there's something missing, and it is, like you said, I'm not wearing my glasses, and when I was still in Perth, every time I leave my hotel room, I'd, phone, wallet, keys, glasses. I don't need my glasses anymore. This is great. But even for those who've worn glasses their whole lives or for a very long time, the biggest thing is looking around and in your peripherals, you're no longer seeing the edge of your frames anymore. And it's a bit disconcerting. Like it's a whole level of freedom.
Yeah. I described it. So I went into what I call sensory overload for about 3 months after having the operation, because there was so much of the world that I hadn't seen before. Like, you're right.
That's
about
incredible.
The peripheral stuff, and something that you may experience this, you may not, but something like the color of the sky or the color of the trees. It was something that I wasn't used to seeing, that range of color or that clarity of color. And I just my brain just even it was so amazed by driving past the same tree I've driven past thousands of times, and to go, crikey, that is a green tree.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And the one thing I was very wary of when I had mine done, these are, buying by the box of a dozen safety glasses, and I've still got packets around the farm and stuff, because after spending the investment on our eyes, we now want to protect that asset.
Yes.
So that was another thing, and that's part of it. It created a habit also with now new staff members that come on farm. There's like an induction process. Here's some gloves. Here's some safety glasses. Look after yourself. If you think it's going to hurt, don't bloody do it. If you're not sure, ask a question. All these things.
Absolutely. And you do, and it's interesting you say that, because that was one thing I was terrified about, especially in this first initial period. This healing period is especially at the farm here itself, where the sand and dust is so fine, and with the wind, this gentle wind that you get around Geraldton here, worried about getting dust into my lenses and into my eyes. So I was talking to a friend of mine about it.
I don't know if you can hear the background noise, Muzz. I've just got to turn this bloke down.
Yep.
Look, bloody on the TV up loud enough you could wake the dead. And when the TV went up, I was struggling to hear what you were saying.
Oh,
continue on about your looking after yourself and your worries and how we're going to fix that.
Well, as I was saying, the biggest thing is a friend of mine just gave me a pair of goggles. I'm just trying to see if I can attach a photo to our thing here. Probably not the way I want to anyway. But
once it goes up on the page, we can drop the photo in there. And I'm also, I said at the start of the video, I'm going to drop the YouTube link in there for people that haven't got up there, because we're now sharing a lot of this on YouTube. So it's good to get the information out there to the free world. Absolutely,
and that's pretty exciting. We, another avenue for people to look at us have a yak, and hopefully get you guys, chatting with us in the future, which would be, pretty exciting. I swear we do not bite. There is a screen between us.
Yeah. So your friend gave you some goggles, and so what's your plan? Are you going to change your work habits a bit? Like, in your brain, because I remember in mine, I was very wary. Have to have, like, I've just spent all this money on my eyes. Have to have my safety goggles on. Got so used to wearing glasses. I had them on for 25 years. So same sort of habit. You instinctively go put on. And instinctively have these on every time I walk outside the house. I just happen to be on the hat, outside, straight on. It's an old habit. You just, and then, there was that level of protection from having glasses because you always had something on, and then you don't, you're now exposed. So then to be aware of, now we need to look after ourselves. There can be a mindset change going forward.
Absolutely, and as you say, being an investment, in a couple of different ways, I reckon. This is not just an investment for me, but also it's a huge thing for the business. Because now I can see, I don't have to worry about my glasses getting scratched, or if they do get scratched, I can throw those bastards away and get a new pair, like what you've got with your box of safety glasses. I'm able to be more efficient, perhaps. And it's peace of mind for me. So but looking after, as you said, it's a habit having a pair of glasses anyway, chuck them on your head, whatever, have them on the motor car. But for the moment, they got these bike goggles Nathan Rawling gave me. If he's on there somewhere watching today, probably not. Hopefully he'll come on here later.
He'll catch a replay.
He'll catch them in the replay. So I wore them today, and it was great for feeding out hay because, obviously with that fine chaff dust, I was terrified about getting that in my eyes and agitating them. But no, look, it's yeah.
It's fantastic. I'll be one of the first people to say, welcome to the new world of Muzz and all the things you're going to see in your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
The sight. I hope you find the excitement the same as I have. Is you can be driving across a paddock and you can see the stock that little bit further away. You won't have to get so close to the water trough because you'll be able to drive past and go, yep, water's clean, it's full, done. You'll be able to rip around. And like you said, efficiency. You'll find your ways that you can go, right, I've got to go look at this and look at this. And you go, and if you're just looking, you're going to be able to look because you're going to be able to see clearer, further, and analyze things at your best quicker, and you will become more efficient.
And I look forward to that because even finally finished my license, I'm nearly there. So when I go back for 2 weeks check up, I finish my last appointment for my aviation medical, so then I can finish my pilot's license. And I'm really looking forward to being able to see things from the air a lot easier as well. So when it comes to mustering, once I get into that, I'll be able to actually see some cows on the ground.
Yep. I can empathise with that one because that was one thing. Dad and I'd be driving around the paddock when I had glasses, and he goes, "Can you see that sheep over there?" And I'm going, "No, can't see." He goes, "No, it's just over there. Look over there." I'm going, "I'm looking, mate. I cannot see it." And we drive, half a K closer. Oh, now I can see it because it was 1.5 kilometres away. But now I get to I'm looking at sheep and I can see, like, from here to the rubbish tip would be 1.5 kilometres. I can actually see the sheep. I can watch them come over the hill and around the bush, and I go, "There's the black suffix there." I don't have to go for the drive and go, "Is that them? Are they sitting at that dam?" I can see, because the hill's facing the right way and there's a line of sight, I can see that far now without having to get the gun sight out. As much as those sheep want to make you get the gun out, that new sight creates a new vision for you. And then Mum's just sending me a message about she's cooked some more apple tarts. They were great last night. Had Mum and Dad round for yabbies. Should have seen the size of these yabbies yesterday, Muzz. Tails peeled. Oh, I'll just go to the fridge. I'll get a tail for you.
Yep.
But that huge. We had leftovers.
Oh, that's what a bastard of a problem.
Yeah.
Look at that.
First
Gee
world
whiz.
issues, mate.
And obviously you've got them on your own in your own dam on the property.
Yeah, so we've got a few dams, and I stopped the dam up at the start of summer because we got yabbies can get these little mites on them, and it doesn't really harm the yabby. It's no harm to humans. It's just a little mite that attaches, gets in their gills, slows the growth process down. So to try and it appears on the edge of the yabby claw like a brown sludge.
Oh,
right. Yep. So that's a little mite in the dam. It's not the end of the world, but to conquer that, so that dam got cleaned out and then it got flushed in. So there's all sorts of stuff got back in that dam. So then I've tried to get these yabbies to grow out. I took them out, put them in another dam, and geez, didn't they grow? I would have put 2 or 3 kilos in this dam in October, and I reckon I've pulled 15 kilos out of that dam of large yabbies in the past 24 hours.
That's insane.
And we ate. I was cooking yabbies for 2 hours last night. But yeah, Mum and Dad come around for a feed, had a great feed. Mum brought the apple and rhubarb tarts. We had dessert. Yeah, great little farm family night. Was all good, and leftovers. So, and Mum's cooked some more. So, absolute winning to have with the pork chops tonight.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Buddy, have your own version of surf and turf.
Yeah. Yep. Could do that. Yeah, definitely thought of that one. We've done that. I've done that a few times. You ask the young fella. I make a wicked yabby sauce to add with them. So yeah, you can go to a restaurant and you get your surf and turf, and they might do like a creamy garlic prawn on top of your steak.
Yeah,
and that's nice. I don't quite go that direction. I get a bit more tomato, a bit of acidity into it.
Yep.
You can even splash. I don't mind. You don't put it with your mayo, but balsamic vinegar also goes nice with a yabby.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Bit of
fancy stuff here. Yeah, Gordon Ramsay would be happy with that.
Absolutely. Move over, buddy. What's the bugger who won MasterChef last year? I think that was a return joker. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You have to get on there and blow him out of the water.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how I'd go, mate. Honestly, I'm not a bad cook, but I'm a packet cook. I'm a jar cook.
You're a jar cook? Yeah, fair enough.
I'll buy a jar or a tin of something, and then I'll make it better from there. But there'd be no way you'd be getting to make me a marinara or a bolognese from scratch. That's a lot of tomatoes, a lot of work.
Oh, absolutely. No. As far as the marinara goes, or whatever, like I need tin tomato and tin tomato soup and all that. But no, to do it from scratch, like the Italians do.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a few people that do that, and they have weekends of making all the stuff up and jarring it, and oh crikey,
yeah,
it's good fun. But yeah, it's a family event.
Yeah. No, we've got a little place just down the road here called Little Italy, and that's like a fair amount of area that back in the day a family of Italians come out and they cleared it and stuff like that, and they've then bought some neighbours out. But it's all it's basically Little Italy because they're all Italian down there, but they do Tomato Day, and that's great to see on Facebook. And they got grandma or nonna and papa, and then they have got all the way down to the grandkids, husbands, wives, all the marry-ins, and everyone gets in and does tomatoes for Tomato Day, and then they do Sausage Day, and then there's all the proper Italian stuff, and it's great to watch, great to see and be part of, and that's something we do different here. So this afternoon we're going to be lopping the heads off some sheep and filling up the fridge truck.
Beautiful.
Because we a couple of times a year we do the lamb chop run.
Dear.
Yeah, got to fill the freezer up. So yeah, run a dozen sheep or more in. I think we're doing 16 today. Run a few sheep in. We've got a nice big fridge trailer like on a truck, so you can hang a heap of animals in there, all cool. And then we go for 10 days, week to 10 days. Got to hang them for.
Yeah.
Helps the meat set, stuff like that. And then we go from there and fill the freezers up before seeding. So
yeah, perfect.
Do you do farm kills at your place?
Yeah, no, we do. We go through. What do we do? Between 3 and 4 kilos a year.
Yeah.
So that's obviously cows, and same thing. Well, we try to aim for about a week, 2 weeks, but occasionally it lengthens out to about 6 weeks, 2 months.
Well, apparently that's not bad. So the theory is the longer you hang them, the more tenderer it gets, and the easier to cut and handle and stuff. You got to hang them for more than a week. Is the apparent rule of thumb?
Absolutely, and that's We've had some interesting times, breaking down a hindquarter or whatever, and after that length of time, because there might be a little bit of growth on the outside by that time, but you peel that off, and I call it our version of dry aging. But when you start slicing it up, it's proper broken down and tender. And if you already have a good killer, then we're very lucky. We're the meat that we kill. Again, I'm biased, but that's my prerogative. I'm I think we all are. No, look, a couple of weeks is roughly, and if we're organised, last time I tried to be a bit organised, and I minced up the forequarters within the first couple of days, because there's just mince, but everything else was 2 to 3 weeks. Nothing better. Nothing better beats. As I was leaving Perth yesterday, I caught into Gilbert's Markets there in Midland there, and I shouldn't have probably said that, but looking at the price of meat there for interest, and I just feel for people who have to buy meat, because Christ, no wonder people live off crap, because they can't afford a decent. Well, yeah. Again, this each their own, but for people who do enjoy meat, they can't afford to.
Yeah, it is.
Or have to bloody take it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We did a bit of a farm swap. So a bloke had a cow, we had some sheep, and we traded, which is good, because we got some really high quality mince. And then I don't know what the price per kilo of that is. You don't ever work that out. You just swap. But
absolutely.
Then having to go back to buy it in town, and you can't buy the quality that you want, and it's $12 a kilo for what it is anyway. And it's like to buy a T-bone or a sirloin or something, I think they're like $35 a kilo.
Yeah,
and it's
absolutely
worth every penny, but I can't afford to buy that. Well, that's
you can't.
And I don't know what they charge for lamb chops in Perth, because I haven't bought a Perth lamb chop for a lot of years now. Because you just get the farm kill one. It's bigger, it's got a better fat content, cooks nicer. When I love going out the paddock and you pick off that couple, and you go, that looks all right. So then you'll bring that into the yard, in the feedlot for a bit, a bit of grain, sweeten it up, just look after it. Not quite Wagyu type stuff, but just to soften it up, de-stress it, and then away you go to the chopping block, and it's just the best tasting meat. And the vision to go pick those animals like that, and that's a habit you grow into more and more the more you do it. Is you be able to you yourself be able to, you'll be driving past, you go, that cow's good eating.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll see it and you just enjoy those moments. That's
Absolutely,
and that's more onto if you want to talk more about your so we've gone from sight, now we talk about vision. What's your future vision in your farm station type stuff? What are you guys planning? Does having this change your vision? Like having eyes operated on, does that change your vision? Or have you got planned steps in place that are getting you to where you want to go already going?
A little bit of both there for me personally, Stuart. I mean, you know, obviously having the new site is a big help, but it's not probably an integral part of the vision for both places. And the biggest part is probably a little bit more. Automation is the wrong word, but it's certainly making life a bit easier for us in regards to water points, for example. You know, where we can, we're introducing solar pumps, and that's, you know, like had that spiel the other day about putting one in, which is a huge win, because going forward, occupational health and safety, it is coming. We're so lucky in agriculture that we haven't copped it on the wrist yet, but it is coming. And if we're not careful, if we're not prepared for it, we're going to get it hard, and it's going to be a huge expense. So if we start working towards putting in solar pumps, that means that people aren't going to have to put on harnesses or, you know, or worry about anything like that to climb a windmill to check the head or anything like that. Everything's on the ground. Doesn't hurt that I don't like climbing windmills anyway. So
You're probably not alone.
It's great for me. Oh, Christ. But just, and as time goes by, like, we're not going to get any younger. So by the time I'm in my 70s, if I'm still on property, things will be easier for me to manage. And in the meanwhile, like, it makes it easy for me and the folks to get on and get jobs done, because it's so between that, you know, having reliable motor cars, and yeah, but no, that's part of my vision. How about yourself?
Yeah. So something that I've had with the farm succession plan and the way my marriage didn't go, we've had to pivot. So we'd had to, you know, have a general direction, but then adjust as you go is what we've done. And going like yourself, bonus for us for getting that Telstra tower this year. So then what we'll be able to do on our tanks is I'll be able to put the 4G tank monitors. So then rather than having to drive around and monitor all the tanks and stuff like that, I can just pull the app up on my phone and go, right, tank 1 through 6, 80%. I've got to go check that windmill, or I've got to go check that pump, get some more water to improve those systems. Like, we've got the farm management apps. Just set up my ENVD the other week, so when I buy and sell sheep, it's just a little tap on the phone rather than having to email paperwork or fax paperwork and then email it back and stuff like that. So those little improvements, similar to yourself, of infusing technology to have less of a physical requirement to those jobs.
Absolutely.
And it's good. We've been working on it for a long time now with GPSs in tractors for the cropping. So just about everything now, everything that doesn't go down the road has an auto steer function. So
really,
so the
well, I suppose it would do.
Yeah, the harvester, the boom spray, and the air seeder all got auto steers. Separate units, easy to program, easy to teach, push button, drive straight line, get to headland turn, turn around, come back again. So there's enough interaction to, you need a human there, but there's enough automation that you manage your fatigue better, because we are going to be doing the long hours. So having other people doing the long hours, you need to make it easy for them. Then we don't need to do as many long hours because machinery is bigger, faster, or stuff like that. And then making it easy, ease of handling, easy to teach. So, because I've got this rough plan that, so in 20 years, I won't be farming. So I've got to get my ass into gear pretty quick, because the young fella's going to have a go. And then, I'll be, that'll get me in my 60s, and I'll be racing cars. Won't be as fast, but I'll be off driving trucks around Australia, racing off-road cars, being a silly old geriatric, having a fat old time.
Magic. Enjoying life.
Yeah.
And that sounds like a pretty good bloody vision to me.
Yeah. And that's a vision that anyone can have their version of, something that I've really refined and learned, because I just went back through. So they're relaunching TFE version 3. Saw a post the other day, and I just not long finished Launch Your Business again. I've done that about 5 times. There's so much more content in there that you learn more every time, not only about myself, but more about what we're doing. And it was so good to do that. And what have I got? The training for this week is magnetization. So as much as fun as we have about making this content, how to make this content magnetizing to people that want to watch us, to go bang. One of the reasons why we've got onto YouTube. Well, mate, podcast isn't off the card, but we'll see how that goes later on. There's a different set of software.
Baby steps.
Yeah. That's all part of you and I adapting to technology and spreading the word out there and all that sort of stuff. It's just great to share the aspects of life in a vision that everyone can create their version of, with the same assets that we have. Yeah. And now that you've joined the Laser Eye Club, you not only are we in the Water Club, we're in the Laser Eye Club, mate, and you're in the Beard Club. So
absolutely. And thankfully, amongst the crew following us, we've got a few people who feel those different aspects too. Like I got Scotty Bland, who, he's part of the Water Club. We've got Lance Coppin, who's part of the Laser Eye Club, and I'm trying to think who I know. I know I did invite Alan Chisholm on here. I'm not sure if he actually joined us in the end or not, but he's part of the Beard Club. Well,
I think
he nearly puts your beard to shame.
People in the last week joined the group, I think.
Yeah.
So,
no. He wants to join the club. No, I had a bit of a blitz from bloody inviting heap of people recently, so I just sorry guys, but you just got to be part of it. Simple as that.
It's the place you want to be, and that's the idea of this Sunday session. I can't wait for the day when we've got like 5 or 6 of us on this screen, just having a good old yak, like you do down the pub. That's the whole idea in these videos, and that's the vision for this thing. And whether I might have to update the computer, and I'll have to get the 3-screen thing going, and I'll Tony Stark the shit out of it. Don't you worry about me.
Avengers assemble.
Yeah. So the Iron Man helmet sort of cuts off the beard, and you got this beard hanging out the bottom of the helmet. So I might I'll just play Thor. I'll get the hammer out. Oh
God, you stole my. I was thinking I should be Thor, but you might be better at that. At least I better tuck mine under. I had a trim the other day, so might fit in the helmet.
Yeah, you might.
Well, Stuart, absolutely. I've got make some tracks, talking about visions.
Yep.
Get ready for tomorrow. I'm hanging around the farm for another day. I was going to head off today, but it's probably going to, unless I get a burst of energy around 3 or 4 o'clock, I'll probably hang here and start again tomorrow. So, yeah, exactly right.
Get that water into you, mate. You'll get a burst of energy from that one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But thanks so much for today, my friend. And yeah, I reckon we've had a bloody blast.
That's great. And it's probably bonus with a few tech issues at the start and the phone's nearly flat and it is what it is. So, it's, just a good old chat and a catch up like a Sunday session. That's what we need more of in the world. Just these general chats and supporting each other, other creators, stuff like that. So thanks for coming along. And
it's my pleasure.
We'll do it again next week and the week after and stuff like that. And that's getting close to that final warning. So yeah, you have a good one, have a good trip, and I'll see you within the group during the week, mate. I can't wait to see what you're coming up with on Monday.
We'll see how we go, eh? We'll see what we can make up in our minds.
Yeah, Monday mindset, and we'll see what happens. I think it was last week I had to recall the Tuesday men's call because the big boys. Yeah, so Clint and Frank were out hunting deer, so they did well. And so Jack and I went and got some yabbies and put that in the men's chat. So there you go. So they've got the turf, we've got the surf, inland surf, but it's counts.
Had all bases covered.
Yep. And we were talking about breakfast the other morning. We had the porridge conversation in the group the other morning.
I missed a bit of that. Yeah.
Scroll up, mate. Some bloke makes a wicked porridge. And I'm going, yeah, I need to get some of those in group.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah. But that's the sort of healthy conversation we need to have more of in the world. So that's why we're going to share this on YouTube.
Absolutely. And get more of the act happening.
You get to witness this. Here's this typical YouTuber thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell at the bottom for more notifications.
Oh, absolutely. We get the whole chart going, you know.
Yeah. All that sort of fun stuff. So there you go. It's in the video now. It'll be up on YouTube in a day or two. And everyone gets to laugh at it and like it there.
Absolutely.
No. All right. You have a good one, Muzz. I better go before this phone goes flat. Peace out, everyone.
All right. And thanks to everybody who's been watching us.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Got to click that button. More tech issues. Ha.
All right. Catch you, my friend.
Yeah.